secondly, we're going to figure out what it's like to be friends and or family with a Taurus. So this is going to be a way more personal one because a place where Taurus actually excels at is in social interaction, in my opinion, which is one of the most underrated things that we get credit for. We are innovators, we are creators, we are very imaginative to people, and people love our creativity. People love how we, are ourselves naturally, and it's so cool. You feel me? They just click with it. We just bring in people towards us. So a lot of Taurus's friends are signs that are actually compatible with them naturally. We bring in good energy. If not, you might get a couple people. You might get a Tauruses that draw in signs that they want to fix. You feel me? Because Tauruses are people who want to experience things so they can get better themselves. And like sometimes we draw in people who we want to fix and people who are damaged mentally so that we can love them. You feel me? And show them that love can help things and show them our feelings. And to help somebody to express things to that will actually want to listen and not shrug it off. So sometimes we bring in people who are either weak or people who are who want to take control of our innocence. So, friend wise, a lot of my friends are very compatible people with me. They always have been most of the time. Like I barely have friends who I don't click with in a way where we have to create negativity to enjoy each other. And that's another thing about Tauruses. We don't fuck with drama unless it has to do with somebody we care about. Like, you will never find a Taurus like watching a fight video unless that's shit somebody they know. Barely. Or unless it's very entertaining or it makes them feel good. But overall, personally, when you're friends with a Taurus, you will have somebody who will always give you great sound advice that will listen to any situation about anything at any time almost and will do it with the most kindest, most loving look in their face. You will always have somebody who's going to be there for you when you're down. You will always have somebody who will not let you stay down for long. If you ever had a Taurus friend, they do not let you stay sad for long. They do not accept you being not yourself because they just see that it's like when specifically this is for like socially overall. If a Taurus cares about somebody, they pick apart their brain before they do anything, so that just so in case that they can know when something's wrong with you, or just so they can know if something's off with you, or like so they can get a vibe from you. So if whenever a Taurus senses the smallest thing is wrong with you or something's off with you, you'll always get that "Are you okay?" or something like "Are you feeling good?" or something just to see where you're at right now. You feel me? A test question in a way, just because we care. You feel me? We want to make sure everybody's straight. You feel me? Emotionally, sensually, everybody's comfortable. So, like, whenever we see friends that are down, we're always gonna give you a helping hand. And also, you have one of the most spontaneous signs. Now, a lot of people say that Tauruses are lazy, but that's because we know how to get comfortable. Like, when you're comfortable, you don't feel like fucking not being uncomfortable out of nowhere. So, outside of that little label right there, Tauruses are one of the most energetic, playful. We're so playful. You will have somebody who will be down for almost anything, bruh. Like, especially if there is a mutual goal between what you're doing. Like, if you both of y'all are feeling that shit, bruh, Taurus gonna turn up even fucking more, like 2 times more than you will at that point, just because we actually are like feeling your energy and our energy at the same time. And on top of that, like if you go out to a club or some shit, you got protection. Just because a Taurus don't fuck with it. Taurus is, first of all, if a Taurus tells you not to go somewhere, if a Taurus is like, I don't fuck with that place or I don't fuck with that person, don't fuck with that place or person, bruh. Because these people, we are some of the most uh intuitive, empathetic signs, like a mix of both of them. We can get vibes from people so easily. They come off so naturally. You feel me? Like from places and things. So if you go out somewhere and the Tauruses would do, you know that place is safe. You know that place is good for comfort. You know that place is good for you to turn up or whatever the goal that you're trying to do. You can trust that a Taurus believes that that is the place or the person that you need to be doing that with if they tell you so. Now, if Taurus does not directly tell you, yeah, I want to do this or yeah, I want to do that, and they question shit, that means that they really don't know, and that means that you should really be questioning that shit too. Not saying that Tauruses are somebody who's just like trust for all shit because we do be fucking up. Not all of our hunches are right, but 99% of our hunches are right. And 99% of the shit that we say is shit that we've investigated at least more than you have and feel like we can share it with you. Now, being family with a Taurus is something that is very strange. When you're families with a Taurus, it's like you get a friend and a family member at the same time. And that's why I said friends slash family because Tauruses can't differentiate between close friends and family. We cannot at all. If a Taurus has a very close friend or like a friend who they know they can depend on, they treat that person like family instantly, emotionally, intuitively, lovingly. Like they just treat you like your family. You feel me? Just because we find it hard to distinguish between the two because as long as you're cool people and you care about me and you don't mean any harm to us, we will fuck with you, bro. We will vibe with you. We will understand you. We will kick it with you. We will. We might get criticized every now and again, but that's just literally because we're people who want to grow and we expect that you want to grow too. So that's what you're getting out of us. We're people who want to help you grow. Family is gonna. If you have a Taurus family, they're gonna help you grow. They're gonna help you grow in a way where they won't do it for you though. They won't go out and lift up the fucking bucket for you. They'll give you a technique to help you lift the bucket. They'll show you how to lift up the bucket, but we're not going to do it for you. That's the type of friend and family member you want. You feel me? You don't want somebody who's going to go out there and do everything for you. Secondly, you got somebody who can cook. They love cooking. I mean, I love cooking personally, but you like got somebody who likes experimenting with things that are normal. Like they will do something, they will take something traditional and make something new out of it. And that's so cool about us, you feel me? Like we can take meals and make it flip that shit and make it taste a certain way. We're just creative people overall, and you get that in almost every facet of a Taurus and creativity. Like it's like every drive we have is either to learn or to create. And on the opposite of that, everything we crave is to destroy and also just critique, break down in a way. So once you understand that, then you're good with Tauruses. You feel me? Tauruses are people who you can walk around with every day and have no problem with almost. The only problems you will have with Taurus at most is that we get frustrated with small stuff sometimes. And that might bother like some other signs sometimes because when they get frustrated, they take it serious. But when Taurus get frustrated, we take it 100% serious, but in a way where we're not attached to it. Like, oh yeah, I'm frustrated right now and I'm gonna deal with that shit. But then it's not like we're saying, oh yeah, my frustration is actually a big deal. It's not a big deal. We're frustrated, but we're able to control that shit. You feel me? Uh, but that's what small shit. When you do something big to a Taurus, friendship wise, you do not want to destroy a friendship with a Taurus. They are some of the most helpful, loving people. If you destroy a friendship with a Taurus, that means that you have became a new person. That means you have transformed to a new level and a new you that the Taurus just doesn't understand, and you're not the old person you used to be. Basically, you don't even have a connection to that. That's what that means because a Taurus does not fuck with ungenuine people. And if a Taurus sees that you used to be a certain way and that you know certain things about yourself and that you know certain shit, and then he sees you go and do some completely opposite shit outside of what you say you want to do and doing all that shit, we can store that in our head automatically. Now for my favorite one, simply because I'm gonna go very in depth about this. I'm gonna use my reference also a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. Okay. So let's get this straight. Tauruses are the most romantic sign in the whole zodiac. We actually believe in love. We actually believe in emotions. We actually react to emotions. We actually feel these things. And in a way where we don't use it for ourselves, we use it for expression only. So, some of the key things about a Taurus in a relationship, being in love with a Taurus, or trying to date a Taurus, or trying to marry a Taurus and make it work so that you guys can be one. I want to help you understand this. So, the first thing you need to know about Taurus is that we love to express ourselves. We love to express ourselves. Whether it's in a spontaneous way or something that we've been thinking about for a while and have been premeditating, or whether it's just something that we don't like emotionally or like feeling wise, we have to express it. Now, this is always the key thing about Taurus. We take stuff that we feel and we see taking the stuff that we feel, shit that has no words for it. We see stuff that has no words for it, the mystery of life, all the shit that we think we understand but we really don't, we just feel. We like taking that and putting it into perspective for other people to understand. And that is the creative part. That's the imaginative part. A lot of the times we spend a lot of time just doing those things, finding different ways to put into reality things that we feel and things that don't have words and things that aren't supposed to be communicated in a way. And we like to communicate that with you and express it to you in the best way possible. Now, this is important with a Taurus in a relationship, man, because you got Tauruses like me, for example, specifically. I critique myself. I'm not saying I'm a critic at all. Like, if anything, Tauruses are the most unspoken critics. We pick everything apart, but we will only let you know about 10% of that shit because that's the 10% that we feel like is the finest amount. You feel me? But we are some of the most. I mean, we criticize things a lot just to like understand them. And this is important with the Taurus in a relationship because if you're going to be in a relationship with a Taurus, you got to be able to have, you got to have a drive. You got to have some type of energy to want to push yourself forward because the Taurus is not going to let you stay stagnant because Taurus, if you're in a relationship with a Taurus and they see you being stagnant, that means they know that we know that means you're going to slow us down in the long run. You feel me? Not slow us down in terms of like uh, progression, but literally just slow us down in terms of in a way in a spiritual essence, like um and you're going to take everything we're saying and you're not going to put it into you're not going to put it in your gas tank. You're not going to let that shit drive you. You're going to let it bring you down. That's the last thing Taurus likes is somebody who like folds basically, like somebody who's not being genuine. Like if you're right here telling me you want to be with me all your life and we're very romantic people, so we might put this in your face, we might push in your face to say, oh yeah, you love me, or like we're in a relationship and we will make you feel this because we're so good at it. We're so good at creating these like comfort havens for people. We'll bring you in and make you feel love, and then you'll love us, in return for that, which is something that Tauruses love. You feel me? We'll take it. We'll bring in and draw in people who necessarily are not always the most straightforward or the most understanding or the most. They don't. People draw in people who don't always have their head on straight, people who might be depressed sometimes, people who might be going through things psychologically and mentally. We draw in those people most of the time and we give them love and they show us love in return. So a lot of the times we draw in these people and we try to push them and like help them be the person they want to be. and put them in a seat to help them, grow. You feel me? So that we can watch that and be a part of it over time, you feel me? And see ourselves in somebody as they grow also. You see, once we find this person, a lot of the times we feel like we can tell you anything, but you see, to express to you means the world to me as a Taurus, just because you're listening to me and you're understanding me. And at that point, I know that there's a connection between us because we share an idea and we just share contact and we just share sharing. You feel me? Like it's the interaction between entities and beings. Knowing that this is going on, it makes me feel connected to you, which is comforting. You feel me? It makes me feel comforted to you, so I can feel like I can express to you anything. And I'm going to express to you things that are going to be good for you and things that might make you mad and might be egotistical sometimes. Barely, though. Very rarely would a Taurus tell you something that they haven't analyzed to its last extent. But when they do this, it's on their behalf, something going on in their head that's slipping up. But if a Taurus is genuinely just coming up to you, if they come up to you in a professional sense specifically, like being genuine, being understanding and understanding tone, that means that they actually understand what is going on and want to help you and will give you that safe haven and will create that safe haven for you to do what you need to do and create it for you and let you have it. We don't want you to, we not, when we create it, we're creating a safe haven and comfort. We're not saying, oh yeah, this is mine. It's saying we're giving it away. We're going to create something new in the future. So when we're criticizing or telling you about yourself, don't see it as criticizing. See it as us telling you about yourself. Us literally putting back, we're karma basically. You tell us stuff, we listen to you, we like to spend time with you to understand your quirks and what makes you happy and the things that you do that make you happy and the things that you want to accomplish. We like to understand you. We like to feel what you got going on and be a part of that shit. That just makes us happy overall. So when we actually get to the point where we're comfortable and understand all these things, you have to, if you're a person who's trying to build a relationship with a Taurus, you have to be able to mend with our ever needing feeling of growth. You see, the Taurus wants to grow all the time. We just want to learn things all the time. We want to eat all the time and enjoy things, just to experience life and be able to tell people about it and be able to tell ourselves about it and to be able to remember it and to be able to feel the feelings and to be able to cry about it sometimes and to be able to connect to it. So that's very important. That's one of the biggest things with dating a Taurus. So the top benefits of dating a Taurus are having great sex all the fucking time, first of all. And I'm not just trying to make this seem like conceited or egotistical, but I'm just being real. This is nothing but truth right here. I always speak truth. Every girl that I've been with sexually has came back for more than 3 times. Every single one. And I'm not gonna put out how many girls I've had sex with out there, but it's not. I'm I'm a dirty ass nigga. I used to be a dirty ass nigga. So sexually, it's like we have this drive we have an overall drive to keep going and keep living and keep growing. You feel me? So whenever we're having sex with you, we're touchy. We're like intensely romance, meaning that you won't get like a romantic ass nigga just like kissing you and like I love you, baby, and like feeling on you soft and sweet and like all that. Yeah, you can get that side. You get all of that, but you also get this very kinky like this nigga just bite me that this nigga just bite me on my ear. This nigga just you feel me like very this nigga just oh my god. You feel me like shit that you don't expect. The freakiest shit. And it's because we actually sit back and we take time to analyze shit. We actually research. I actually research sex. I actually research the boundaries of sex. We actually enjoy sex. Like we actually enjoy taking our time with it and motherfucking making sure the person who we're taking care of is actually taken care of. It's a very important part of making it feel good to us. But anyway, uh, another benefit of dating a Taurus is that you have somebody who is dedicated to you. You don't have somebody who is want to be scurrious. You want to go around running around and shit. If a Taurus actually likes you and you show them that you like them back, it's over with. You just found a soulmate right there. If anybody you're looking for, you feel me? Not only are we caring and loving and understanding people, but we listen. We're the most calmest listening people. We're the most genuine people who want to help people without any type of selfishness involved with it. We care about you. We love you. So we're going to help you. We're going to understand the things you're going through. We're going to be involved in the things you're going through. If you want us to be, any way you want us to be involved with your relationship, a Taurus will be there just because of the fact that they like you and you like them back. You feel me? But it's if that trust, if that bond is broken and it's torn down over time, that will make the Taurus uninterested in you. That will make me uninterested in you, just because like I see that you switch up too much basically. Like Tauruses don't like people who are boring as fuck, and we also don't like people who fucking are fake and switch up all the time and just like want to fit the crowd they're around. That creeps the Taurus out so much because we just don't understand why people and how people can be so like sneaky and like slimy in a way where they're doing it so often. You see, like Tauruses, we actually feel guilt. So when we do sneaky shit, we make sure it's at a very bare minimum. We make sure we don't fuck up at all. But when people are like genuinely fakes, like they actually go around doing fake shit all the time. And if we're in a relationship with somebody like that, we will criticize you about that. We will let you know we don't like that. We will let you know what's going on is not appreciated by us. And if you don't change it over time, that can. I mean, this is not the only thing in which can break towards down, but just a person overall who started off in a relationship like making it seem like a certain way, making it seem like they wanted certain things, and making it seem like they got themselves together, and making it seem like just deceivers. You feel me? Like people who tease. Sources don't fuck with teasers, bro. Like these things always bothers us just because we want genuineness. We want to progress, and you can't progress with fake people, bro. That's like one of the most unprogressive things. You can't grow with fake people because they'll leave you down a wrong road. You see, Tauruses, we take our time and we get shit done right. So by the time we get done with something, that means we've already spent a good amount of time on it. So if we have to go back and fix it all over again just because, you weren't being honest, you weren't being upfront, and you weren't communicating well, then that's not going to make us feel good. Thirdly, you get somebody who will always be able to communicate and express how they feel to you. You will always feel clear on what a Taurus got going on, especially if you take the time to decipher their communication and like their way of talking and their slang. Then you will be have no problem with being in a relationship with us, and you will love us